And welcome to this edition of the Coach Derwin Wright Sports Show. And Coach, a tough one on Friday night.
Yeah, we just didn't execute well. We got pretty much got our tails kicked up front, both sides of the ball, D-line, O-line. We've got to, we just got to get better, and we didn't execute well. We had a lot of busted plays, a lot of missed assignments, and they didn't have a bad defense, but I just didn't feel like we played our best game at all.
We'll take a look at that game, the Grace Christian game, plus look ahead to this week's region matchup, and it's a big one with the Smith County Owls right after this.
For more than a century, Union Bank has been serving the people of Fentress County. Now, as we begin a new chapter in our history of service, we want to take this opportunity to reassure you that while our building may be new, we're still the same friendly people you have known for years. Union Bank, the same people, the same goals, and the same commitment to you. Union Bank, your locally owned hometown bank for more than a century, growing to meet your needs. Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
And back here on the Coach Derwin Wright Sports Show. And Coach, your guys last week, you saw an air attack that you weren't quite used to.
Well, I was actually pretty proud of our secondary. I thought they rose to the challenge, and I just felt like then we went to sleep on the up front, and the linebackers, and let them rush for a couple touchdowns. I just didn't feel like that we should have allowed. But big thing offensively, I honestly thought, looking at the film, it was going to be an offensive shootout, that it was going to be the team with the ball last. And, I just felt like we made a couple mistakes that kind of broke our back and got us in playing, trying to play on an uphill battle. And we just consistently didn't do a good job blocking.
Coach, the one play that stood out in the very, very early in the ball game was that drop pass that looked like 6.
Yeah, I think it was going to be 6, and it was well executed, and then just went through his hands, and it happens. But that's the ones we got to overcome. We've got to quit dropping our heads and overcome. Football is a game of 3 or 4 big plays, and you have adversity during the game, and that's the thing that we got to learn, that we got to fight through that adversity.
Coach, you had a couple of turnovers.
Oh, had way too many turnovers. Had 4 turnovers. They got points off 2 of those, and scooped and scored with one of them. And you're not going to win football games doing that.
Coach, and the bad thing was you guys got 4 as well, but you couldn't capitalize on.
Didn't capitalize on any of them, and that's that's one of those deals. You say you go in a game and somebody tells you you're going to get 4 turnovers, you feel pretty good about it, but you can't give up 4.
And, Coach, your offense, as we said, struggled moving the ball quite a bit.
We did. It's not our offense, it's how we're executing it. We just got to do a better job down in the trenches and get lower and get more aggressive. And, I feel like there's some things there, and we're just not capitalizing on it.
Coach, one big play in the second half had to be the big punt return that they had that really set up an easy score for them.
Yeah, we lost Thomas when he went down. We lost our punter, and but Nathaniel come in, put a good punt. Got a great punt, and the coverage was just not there, and we let them break a couple tackles, and boom, next thing you know, he's going down the sideline, and we weren't clear and crisp on any side or any phase of the game, and we got to get some things fixed. We got to move some personnel and give some other guys opportunity to see if they can get the job done.
Coach, you had some costly injuries the other night.
We did, and luckily we got some good news on Dalton. It's not a season-ending injury. We thought at first. Our trainer thought at first that it might be a fractured collarbone, but thank goodness it wasn't. And everybody that's out, we should have them back in 2 to 3 weeks. And but you said it earlier in the early season, we didn't have him, so we were working the other guys at quarterback. So we've got some reps there, and I think Jonah Durham will spend all week with him, and I think Jonah come in and do a great job for us Friday night.
Yeah, Jonah come in and did a pretty decent job. Then I had a little bit of a struggle right at the very first. Had that very first fumble. Then after that, settled down quite a bit.
Yeah, after that he settled down and played pretty well. Jonah gives you some things that I think he can do, and he throws the ball well. You got to get him out of the pocket. He's not a real tall quarterback, but he's got some good scrambling ability and some speed on the edge. So we got to use him that way.
Well, Coach, this, of course, wasn't a region game, and that's the best part of it.
That is, and, you mentioned a minute ago Smith County. They're 3-1 right now coming in. Had a big win against a rival of Gordonsville Friday night. So, we've got to get ourselves fixed and get ready to play some good football.
Well, the Dragons got to shake off the Grace Christian game and get set for a huge region matchup with the Smith County Owls. That's coming up this week, and we'll take a look at that right after this.
For more than a century, Union Bank has been serving the people of Fentress County. Now, as we begin a new chapter in our history of service, we want to take this opportunity to reassure you that while our building may be new, we're still the same friendly people you have known for years. Union Bank, the same people, the same goals, and the same commitment to you. Union Bank, your locally owned hometown bank for more than a century, growing to meet your needs. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
And back here on the Coach Derwin Wright Sports Show. And, Coach, take a look at Smith County. What do you know about the Owls?
We've got some film on them, number 2 and number 3. 2's a quarterback, 3's a tailback. Very elusive, good runners. Number 4 is a good receiver for them. They use number 35, who was a fullback for them last year as like a little sniffer, blocking back, motioning him across quite a bit. Pretty solid offensive team, and running a 4-4 on defense, and so we did get a little bit of a look at how they're going to line up on a wing set, because Gordonsville got in a wing a couple times, but not a bad football team. Looked like they were playing some pretty solid football.
Coach, what do you got to do to move it against?
We got to do a better job blocking up front, Gary. I mean, we're missing assignments. We're running what is a 0X, which is an inside trap, and we've got our tackle blocking the trap guy. So my guard's pulling, hitting him on one side, and tackle's blocking him the other way. And those are things and mistakes you can't be making at this point. We shouldn't be making those points, but some of that's just because of injuries. And second team, third team kids have been thrown in there, and obviously they weren't ready mentally to execute the offense.
Coach, we won't see a passing attack like we saw last week, but what does Smith County bring as far as offensively?
Well, they're run-pass offense. They're a little more run, but quarterback throws the ball well, throw a lot of little quick stuff, and he likes to take some deep shots to number 4, and they completed a couple of deep passes against Gordonsville, so they're more of a balanced offense than the other night was just pretty much mainly pass until at the end, and then they were able to run it, but so there's just more balanced attack.
Coach, your special team's got to be ready this week.
Oh, we've got to play much better than we did last week. That was very disappointing, and I know our guys are disappointed. We did so many things in that game. If we would correct it, it would have been a heck of a football game, and I think it would have been a game like I described that I thought it should have been. It should have come down to who had the ball last.
Coach, it's a region matchup. It's really key. A win will actually see a playoff bid, but it's even more important just keep that momentum rolling.
Yeah, it is. We're 2-2 at this point in the season, and we want to get back in the win column and make our kids feel better about everything, and us as coaches feel better. And we've got to tackle better, we've got to block better, we've got to do the little things better. And the fundamentals is where it's at. And if a team's out blocking you and out tackling you, they're probably going to beat you.
And, Coach, this being a region contest, a win keeps you still in the hunt for that top spot.
Absolutely it does. And, this season's just begun. And, we're going to be game 5 in, but it's 2 region games. It's our second region game. So, we can go 2-0 in the region.
And, Coach, the best part about it's going to be at home.
Absolutely. That's true. And we had a good crowd Friday night. I want to see them all back out this Friday night and get behind the Dragons.
And, Coach, you mentioned earlier the injuries. Any of those guys be back this week?
Not sure right now. Edward Stockton played hurt for us Friday night and wasn't able to go the whole game. But, those guys should be back. Sprained ankle, weak. Just depends. Just depends on, if it's a high sprain or a low sprain. But, we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see how progress goes this week.
But we're going to need that 12th man because this is a huge region match.
Huge region matchup. Always a game you throw the records out against the Owls.
They're one of those teams that doesn't have a lot of love for this place here.
Well, it's we've been playing each other for many years, and always good football games.
Well, Coach, well, thank you for joining us, and best of luck Friday night as you host Smith County.
Thank you.
That's going to do it for this edition of the Coach Derwin Wright Sports Show. Be sure to turn out on Friday night at 7 o'clock as the Dragons take on the Smith County Owls in a huge Region 3 3A matchup, and it's one that could get to York already into the playoffs. So we'll take a look at that coming up on Friday night. Be sure to join us. Till then, for 15104 Sports, I'm Gary Clark. See you at the game.